And you're watching the Good Wives Network. And for the last few days, we have been going through Facebook messages here on our channel and several other content creators' channels and discussing what is in these records. That were previously unavailable to the public and were not even available to the court at first. So here we go. In these messages, we're going to discuss today a message in the Snow Gypsy account. And if you head over to our YT, I've done a couple of videos concerning the Snow Gypsy account. I did some AI overviews of the accounts, and there are certain things in there that I really think people should be paying attention to. But right now, we're going to talk about Rod Blanchard and motive. So let's dish. There's a story there. Let me grab a screenshot. So the first thing I want to draw your attention to is from 6/15/2015 at 1:06 p.m. Central Standard Time. And it is a message from Rod Blanchard to Snow Gypsy Blanchard. And now we are investigating whether we believe that this is a one-person account or a two-person shared account. They've always claimed it was a two-person shared account, but then there were also messages sent out to people saying this was her secret account. So we're now analyzing all of the different text and everything and trying to determine whether we think that Dee Dee was in this account, or could it be possibly Gypsy Rose portraying herself as her mother? Now, this is a very interesting little thing right here. It says, "Call me boo when you can. Daddy will come for you." And there's two numbers here. And then it says, "I love you." So this is before Gypsy is even arrested. She's not even had her one phone call. So when did she get involved with her daddy? Was it on a bus trip? Was it in the closet that you were hiding in Nicholas Go to John's room? Did you do it at the hospital when they took you to get checked out and you weren't really a suspect yet? Like, which one of these things happened? Because not only was this message sent, but then the same exact message is sent to Gypsy's private email Yahoo account on the 16th, saying the same thing, which would surely show you that Rod, she's not going to call you and come home. She's being arrested for schmurder, right? These don't make sense. This doesn't make sense. But this isn't just what I wanted to show you in this account.
And they have arrested the man that did it. Yeah. And he was my boyfriend, and unfortunately, he did what he did because he wanted me to come live with him.
So let me get this straight. Now she's saying that it was Nick's idea because he wanted Gypsy to come and live with him in Wisconsin. This explanation makes absolutely no sense. She was 23 and she was free to leave. If Nick was offering her a place to live and she could legally leave, then what was the purpose of the murder? Dee Dee had been telling her to leave. I mean, a few times she told her, go ahead and go. So why was Dee Dee's murder necessary? I mean, truly think about that. If Gypsy could legally walk away and had a place to go, then why was killing Dee Dee the solution? This is the part that I can't reconcile. So I'm going to ask all of you why you think Dee Dee had to die.
So I'll start saving for a second trip, and then a third trip, and then pretty soon we'll be engaged, and then you can stay here at my house. And then that way you don't have to stay at a hotel. We have a pretty good solid plan, and if we keep to it, and if we stay content with each other and stay happy and stay positive, we're going to make it to the end. We're going to make it to our happy ending.
So Gypsy really seems very optimistic in this video. She's saying that, her and Nick can get engaged and they can live there with Dee Dee and they will have their happy ending. And she seems pretty confident about this. But let's see the next video where it seems like things may have changed.
I was just trying to let you know that she, as much as I wanted her to maybe help us out with things like a living situation in the future, I don't think she will. And that was kind of depressing for me, because realizing that we have to do all this on our own, and you and I both don't make much money.
Well, it seems as though this is where things have changed. This is also the video where she talks about they had a 4-day fight over whether she was mature enough to be in a relationship or not. But she seems very upset and says, as much as I wanted my mom to help us with our living situation, unfortunately, she's not. So when you look at everything that's going on in the first one, it's going to be great, this, that, and the other, happy ending. And then in the next, she's not going to help us. And the common thread is when Gypsy doesn't get her way, the story ends up changing. And this is a repeated pattern with Gypsy. When somebody stands between Gypsy and what she wants, they become the problem. And that's why these videos do matter, because they show intent, expectation, and then her reaction, the crime. The story didn't change because the truth changed. It changed because the answer was no. These are Gypsy's own words, not my assumptions. Now I want to know what you guys think. Why did Gypsy murder her mother?
Welcome in. Welcome,
Hello, everybody.
So, hey guys, it's Fancy.
And it's Mac.
And you're watching the Good Wives Network, and we have a jam-packed show for you tonight. Let me tell you.
We're back.
We've got
We're
an
back.
agenda. We know what we're doing. And we are going to get this done tonight. I'm so sorry. It has been pushed back several times. I just thank you guys for being patient. Um, um, so
we got it together. We got it together.
So we'd like to first open up the show. We're gonna bring up some comments from our channel on our last videos and things, and we want to share these because we really do enjoy interacting with our audience. We love hearing from you guys and wanting to know what your thoughts.
There's a lot of great opinions, man. A lot.
You guys have got great opinions. Exactly.
Great input. I mean, yeah. I can't always answer back to all of them, but I try. I try to read all of them.
Right. So let's see here. There's the first one. Are you able to read it, Mac? Are you able to see it? This is the religious traditions one.
Yes.
Okay.
This one's from Cassie Devil. Whoops, hang on a second. Cassie Devil 4457 says religious traditions teach that God can forgive murderers who sincerely repent, confess, and turn to faith. Well, she is yet to do any of the above. 100% on that one.
100%.
Yeah, she is not at all. She's not at all. She's pretending. She's, like I said, the next video that we'll show of mine later in the show is all about the wolves in sheep clothing, and that's her to the T.
This one, so it starts with, I would be concerned.
This is Ziggy Star, and Ziggy Star says, I would be concerned about any living thing that could not speak as to what she may or may not be doing. As far as Ken, how can he, in good consciousness, trust her around his dog or his daughter?
I agree with that one like 1,000
Said this
times.
many times. I don't think she should be around animals or kids.
Well, and if you want to go with the MVP approach to this, which
I can see your comments, Amy.
We obviously believe that we can't that she didn't have that Dee Dee did not have MVP. I believe the medical records show this. But if you were to believe that story and how it is, Gypsy was a victim then of systemic medical child abuse for 23 years, according to that narrative, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so according to Louisa Lasher, who's one of the experts in Munchausen by proxy, they say that a child who would have suffered that kind of damage and in a Munchausen by proxy situation should never, ever be left to care for anyone or anything, not even a plant.
Right.
That's how much it's ingrained in them to repeat these type of behaviors. But I believe what we're really looking at here with Gypsy isn't Munchausen syndrome by proxy, but I believe that little Miss Gyp here, Miss Gypmidia, she has some sort of underlying Munchausen or malingering syndrome of her own, especially considering, that she's now admitted that at 6 years old, she began telling everybody she couldn't walk. Whenever she wanted more attention, she would just decide, oh, I can't walk again. It's too much. Mm-hmm. And that is part of her action. There is part of that is her disorder. Okay. Dee Dee wasn't wrong. She does have problems with her legs and everything. She's going to have she has type 2 atrophy. Her gait is off. Her hips have problems. I mean, there's a lot that goes on with this. And so she's still going to have these problems, but I also think she herself embellished these problems for sympathy, support, and what she craves most is attention and love. That's my opinion.
Right. I don't know. Attention for sure. I don't think she understands what love is.
No, I don't either.
I really don't.
And so here we have
attention.
Okay. So here's another comment.
I cut off who the person is who did this.
But I don't know. But that's okay. They'll know who they are.
So I apologize. But I really like the comment. Gyp made the same table as celebrities such as Blake Lively, Meghan Markle, and Amber Heard. For showing we believe accusations until evidence shows otherwise. Well, 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 as a woman born, raised, and still, I am finding great insult with these so called females using victimhood for their gain. Having personally survived familicide, I feel stupid for believing them all. Hashtag in the beginning. And I understand what you're
Hmm.
saying with that because I did. I felt like a fool believing,
Yeah.
also. I
Hmm.
think a lot of us feel very duped by her and a lot of people involved in this. Um, but I don't think we should beat ourselves up too much about it because she's good at
Hmm.
what she does.
Yeah.
She was
She
very
is.
good at what she did. And it's our nature as schmabuse, I don't know
Right.
what we can say anymore, survivors. It's our nature to want to bring those people into our hearts, and give them hugs and believe them and tell them it's going to be okay. And I've been there, you know what I'm saying? But Gypsy, she's slapping us all of us. No, worse than that, she's spitting in our faces.
Oh,
She's
for
spitting
sure.
in our, like,
Oh, for sure. For sure.
yeah.
For sure.
So, your
Okay.
thoughts on that?
Um, oh, there you go. It's good. So that's the rest of that one. So there
Yeah,
we
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So that was just, we just wanted to share, some of the different things that, that are coming in from you guys. And really shut you guys out there for a minute. We do want to thank all of our subscribers, um,
Members.
our wonderful people that come, our members.
Members, yep.
We want to thank just our regular viewers and our amazing mods that help us out over here, answering your questions and trying to get you guys information and all of that. So,
Yeah.
um,
Just remember, patience is a virtue. If we don't see you right away, we'll see it, or somebody will get it to us, or what have you, or just ask it again, or whatever the case may be. But I do hope everyone's having a good night tonight because I'm excited about this one.
I am too. So Thrive in Life said she needed the feeding tube in order to qualify for many Medicaid services for special needs. No, that's not why she needed the feeding tube. What she needed the feeding tube for is because at the age of 12 or 8, 9, I'm sorry, 9 or 10, she weighed 36 pounds. That's severely underweight. That's
Yeah,
severe failure to
yeah,
thrive.
yeah. Well, Heather says she only weighed 36 pounds at the age of 9.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah,
You know,
at the age of 9.
she definitely
And
needed it.
yep.
She really did. Now, why
Mhm.
she kept using it, I don't. That part,
Oh, I do. No, I do. And that's what I was
okay.
going to get to here is,
Okay, go ahead.
so
Go ahead.
the feeding tube stayed in for a wealth of different reasons. One being her food aversion, because of her over salivation and her some of the other problems that she was having with GERD and all of that. She became very frightened to eat. And I know she doesn't say that. She says, I was never frightened to eat. Yes, she was. She was in a medical hospital, in a feeding hospital for over 2 months. And it was because she was having problems with swallowing all types of food, even the pureed kind of food. And so that's when they decided to put this feeding tube in. And as she went through time periods, these problems resurfaced depending on if she was having a lot of dental surgeries or if she was having more salivary problems again. She was going through many different things, and one of the problems that she has is failure to thrive, and she's still got failure to thrive problems. Gypsy has a hard time keeping weight on. And when she does have weight on her, it's generally, from what we can tell, because she is eating sweets and snacks and cookies and candy and breads and carbohydrates, and that keeps weight on her.
Hmm.
And in fact, Prison Princess even explained to us that if she has these kind of feeding issues while she was in prison, she could have elected, yes, she took the feeding tube out at that point because she wanted it out, but they
Hmm.
also would have offered her an additional supplemental meal for each meal. So that way she would get, it would be like a liquid meal, and she could have that kind of extra meal made specifically for her so that she would have an extra amount of caloric intake. So the feeding tube, even today, in my opinion, is necessary. I think that she should have it currently now. If you haven't seen the newest pictures of her, she is heavily underweight. She looks very malnourished again. She looks very stressed. Stress can cause part of her food aversion and her food problems. A lot of that can be part of it. She can be dropping weight from stress. And as you even know, if she was pregnant, which that's a big if, if she was pregnant, she even struggled during pregnancy to maintain weight and to gain weight. And I really think a lot of that is there. I think there's a psychological aspect to it, because I think that she thinks that thin is the way you're supposed to be, because I think she saw her mother as unattractive.
Yeah, I guess.
Because of being overweight.
I don't know.
And I think she kind of does this whole thing.
True. She doesn't understand that true beauty comes from within, I guess.
She does not. And one of the things about that is that she even tells Nicholas, like, she wouldn't eat certain days. There's days there she would not eat at all. And he's like, no, you're not doing that. You're going to eat. Like, if you're with me, you're eating every day. This is not happening. This is not healthy. So she doesn't have the best like habits for anything. But anyway, that's what the feeding tube was really needed for. I do believe that it was an outward display, though, also of, oh, look at me, I'm sick, I've got my feeding tube right here. Does that make sense too? All right, so this first thing we're gonna do tonight, though, right, Amy, there is zero inner beauty when it comes to Gypsy Rose. Absolutely.
No. I mean,
I've never heard flat stomach more in my lifetime than I have from her mouth, for sure.
Lord.
Sure.
Good Lord. I mean, she can keep trying to rebrand it and dress this turd up or put lipstick on this turd, but it's still a turd, okay? She's still a turd. I won't say what I really want to say, but turd is the word.
Right.
Or bird. Sometimes bird is the word. Don't get me started on that. Let's go. Don't get me started on bird is the word, because I will sing it like crazy, but go ahead.
Don't get me started, because I'm about to do it.
I digress.
Okay, hold on. I got to pull up the stuff I want to grab next here. I wanted to show you this one. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. There we go. All right, so can it move over? That'd be great. And for those of you that are tuning in on Instagram, thank you so much. This is a new thing we're doing over here with Instagram, because Gypsy has decided that this is her newest platform that she's going to influence and take over. And I want Instagram to be informed just as everyone else is over on TikTok and here on YouTube. And so this message is a prison email, and I think it's very telling. So what it says is, I often see her in my dreams as well. And she's writing to Rod here. And she was constant in my life for 23 years. And in my memory of her putting on her lipstick and eyeliner in the bathroom with Matchbox 20 playing the song Back to Good in the background stays as fresh in my mind as if I could just open my eyes and see her. Yes, she was very pretty at one time, and though she would never admit it, her life depended on it. She still loved you. I keep the good memories very close to my heart. I wish to God things would have turned out different, but I will make sure that she gets a proper memorial, really, because you couldn't even be bothered to put her in an urn. Not for the blank that the media knows, but for the D, my mother, that we knew the good that she once was. That is the woman we will lay to rest and remember. I love you too, Daddy.
I didn't fully listen to that the first time you read it.
how do we go from this to, well, my
That
mom
really hit me.
wasn't a
Like, if
good
he could
person.
really
I mean,
feel
they
that
don't say nice things about Hitler, so why should we say nice things about my mom?
like,
How do you
imagine
go
her
from this to
saying,
that?
right? Imagine her saying something like this now.
Right.
Like, this is what she should have been saying. This is what she should keep saying. You know what I mean? I just, that's another Matchbox 20, dude. Come on now. Dee Dee, her and I would have rocked it out, dude. We really would have.
Amen to that. Yes, yes, yes. So,
That
I
just,
mean,
that hit me, dude. Like, seriously? Why?
yeah,
Why?
yeah,
Why?
you know,
Just why?
and she wishes to God things would have turned out different. But I will make sure. Like, what do you mean you wish to God that things turned out differently, Gypsy? The only person who's responsible for them not turning out differently
Is
is
you.
you.
Yeah, you're the one who had control of that situation.
You had control of the whole situation, and I think
You
you've
know?
been in control for a very long time, sweetheart. A
Yep.
very long time.
Yep. Yep.
So, what do you guys think of that? I just, that
That's
one just hit me
just,
today.
wow.
I really,
That really did. That hit me.
yeah, yeah, that one really hit me, and I just, man,
Like, very, very, that seems very heartfelt. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
yeah, it's, you know what? It's human. You know what I'm saying? Very, very humanized. And she's, I don't see her humanized right now. She seems very,
right,
just evil. Evil.
yeah.
I see her as evil.
First choice auto on B5400 says she didn't care for herself as she was too busy caring for her daughter who spit on her only boyfriend after Rod left. Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Right?
You know, and interesting, the bathroom was the only room clean and not cluttered. Is that because Gypsy did all her later videos in the bathroom? Wigsy Roach, hey girl, says she wants control over everyone because she can't control herself. And that is true. And that is a classic narcissistic type of behavior. And narcissists and sociopaths, psychopaths, they, when they can no longer control you, they control the narrative. Okay, Bad Angel, hang on a second. I have to go over and I can mod you real quick. Just give me 1 second. But I mean, that's the thing. Like, you can, you know, they change the narrative, and that is what Gypsy has been trying to do since, especially since she's gotten out of prison. You know, it definitely has been. It just,
once she knew what narrative they were going with, it all changed.
right.
Started talking crap about her mom, dude, and it's like, wow, if you're that, just don't worry. Just don't worry. She's gonna get hers in the end. She will. She will. She thinks this God thing is saving her, but you'll see in the video that I did that no, he's not gonna. No.
Is Abel in here? I don't see Abel in here.
I don't think Abel's gotten here yet.
Okay, well, if Abel comes in, let me know, and I will go and I maybe can mod her that way. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Let me go back to Instagram here so I can see it and see how everybody's doing over there.
Hey, Bad Angel.
Chat, you know, it helps. It does help if you comment over here on Instagram. That does help us get more people in watching. So hopefully that will be something you guys do. Yes, karma is a bitch. It absolutely is a bitch.
It really is, and that's the thing that
incorrectly on Gypsy's part. She can lose her channel if she does like a wealth of them and loses them all. Unless she withdraws them. I mean, there's a lot that could happen with that. I'm not quite sure whether she's going to be successful or not. I mean, technically, some of them might have been for cause because it is using her content. But it's supposed to be, it's definitely supposed to be like fair use and all of that. But I mean, it's a gray area when you're using the content that we put on social media. It really is. And I hope that everybody that got struck doesn't have, you know, any of that. I hope they get it all, their channels back, you know, their strikes gone and their channels are stay. But We just have to be very careful. It's one of the reasons why I don't play a lot of her clips. We don't really commentate on her life right now. I don't care about what she's doing today, other than the fact that she's dangerous and that baby is in trouble. But her antics and her bullshit and her math use with her friends, and I don't give a flying fadoodle about any of that. I just don't want to do it. I believe talking about the case is the most important part of this. And I think
exposing the truth too is, I mean, and I just wanted to comment real quick on this. It's the word redemption that I want to focus on, because I'm a firm believer that you can't just be like some horrible, nasty person your whole life, and because you're about to cross over, you just say, okay, forgive me, da 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 da, and so be it. I don't believe it works that way. I feel like you have to truly, truly believe that. You have to truly, truly, take accountability for the things that you've done. You have to feel sorrowful for the things that you have done. Whoever you have harmed, you can't just walk away and say, oh, okay, going to heaven now. Thanks. Sorry I shit all over you my whole life, but yeah, I'm on my way. I don't think it works that way. I don't.
It doesn't.
But you guys can let me know what you think. I mean, because me personally, I just don't think that would be,
So this is the Snow Gypsy account. And we just got into this account yesterday. And this is the account that I was talking about earlier today, of, Rod's motives and why I think that Rod may have a motive in all of this, and it's a logical motive in all of this, and it's not just Rod who would have this motive. It would be a motive for the entire family who would be affected by this thing that we're going to talk about. So this is the Snow Gypsy account, and this is the communications with Rod on this account. I swear. Oh, okay. And this is the first interaction on this account with her dad. And see, this is like a child's card. Like, Daddy, I love you. Like, I can see like a 5-year-old getting this for their dad.
I could go as high as 10 with this one.
Maybe, yeah, like 10.
Yeah.
Okay. And she says, "Happy birthday, Daddy. I'm wishing you a very," and notice very is misspelled, and we literally remember her mother. Oh, there's evil. Okay, hold on a second. Her mother is the only one who ever typed in capital letters, according to her. However, I ran this through our data processor, and basically looking for inconsistencies, syntax, ways of speaking, patterns of speech, all of that, and they are very certain that the program was very certain that this is a one-person account, not a two-person account. And it's based on all the patterns that it sees. And I put out a video explaining that earlier today, so definitely check that one out. But here it is. Happy birthday, Daddy. I'm wishing you a very happy birthday and hoping all your dreams and wishes come true. Though we live so far apart, no amount of distance can break our special bond of love. Thank you for always being here for me and taking such good care of me. You are my hero. I enjoy all our fun talks. You mean the ones where Dee Dee was right there and she was controlling the whole thing? You mean those fun talks? Okay.
Telling you what to say? Yeah.
And fun times. I'm truly blessed to have a wonderful, amazing, fantastic, special daddy. All kinds of emojis. I'm sending you lots of love, or lots of hugs. I love you so much. Love your little girl, Gypsy Rose.
Oh my God. Ew.
So let's see what date that was, Gypsy Rose. What date was this?
Ew.
Okay, what date was that? That was 3/26 of 2014, friends. She was 22 years old.
Wow.
And he writes back, Aw, thank you, baby. I love you too very much. So continuing on
Oh, good
with
God.
Rod's conversation with Snow Gypsy Blanchard here. He starts off on 1/26 of 2013. Here is one that says, "Hi, hope you're doing well and staying warm. We're planning our summer vacation. Gonna go spend a couple days with you all if you'd have us. Looking like July 23rd and 24th. Excited, or these dates are these dates okay? Love y'all, miss y'all. Hope to be to Becky do what that's that's Tikaboo or whatever the fuck their name's cat name is resting good in heaven because Tikaboo had passed away." So then this is from Snow Gypsy to Rod Blanchard, and this might be Dee Dee. What we've determined in the analyst is that in 2014 there is a shift. So I'm thinking that maybe these ones before 2014 are some maybe from Dee Dee or Dee Dee telling her what to write and her writing it because her glaucoma is really bad at this period in time. So I think she's probably telling Gypsy, hey, this is what I want to say. And Gypsy's probably writing this. But anyway, it's income tax time. I'm going Saturday to do mine. You still want to claim Gyp. Can pick up the paper while I have mine done. It's up to you. Just let me know. How is everybody? Also, what is Grandpa Rod's address? Gyp made him a painting. Oh, nice. They had no contact with any of them guys, but she's making them paintings. We hope he feels better. I will talk to you later. We hope y'all are enjoying Mardi Gras. We each have a necklace and we wear them pretty much all the time to keep in the spirit. Love y'all. Hugs from the north. So going on. So the income tax thing was brought up yesterday by Audrey when she was going through this, and there was some confusion as to whether Rod was legally able to claim her all these years, and the answer is yes. Dee Dee would benefit Dee Dee more for Rod to actually file because Rod has a different type of income. Dee Dee has to file just on her Social Security. If there's any donations or things like that might count as some sort of income, but she wouldn't have gotten like the earned income credit or anything like that, although Gypsy is over the age of 21 here. So they would have dependent care and things like that. And that would be why Rod is the one filing. And they actually do split this down there. I see them talking about that as well. So so here's another one from 2/8 of 2013. Hey, thanks. We're good too. Some old stuff. Yes, please send tax paper and I'll send the money like we usually do. My dad gets his mail at my house. Tell her thank you for the paintings. Miss you all too. Did you have a chance to look at the calendar? We're definitely planning to come for a visit. Let me know. Hugs from the South. Laughs out loud. So then this is another one from Rod to Snow Gypsy, and he says, hi, got the tax paper, thanks. Any chance to check the calendar? We're looking at coming to visit July 27th into 28th. Any recommendations on local hotels? Hope y'all doing good. Miss you all. And then it's another one. Hey there, how you doing? So then this one is from 4/15 of 2013, and it's from Dee Dee or Snow Gypsy to Rod Blanchard, and it says, how are you? Could you give us a call whenever you get a chance? I wanted to give you an update on Gyp. She was denied for clinical trials because her heart is not strong enough. So the doctor suggested we go to the conference in Hyannis, Massachusetts. One of the other doctors could have suggestions and a treatment plan. They will be coming from all over the world with the latest findings. The conference president also informed us that Gyp has been nominated for 3 awards. The doctor, nurses, and therapists sent in nominations. How sweet are they?
Also, I hate to talk about money, but has your income tax come in? Because the Obama cuts medical has been kooky and the trip will be quite costly. Our friends are discussing a fundraiser because it's important. We started selling bracelets with a saying Gypsy always says, believe in miracles, and her name on it. Anyway, I don't want you to feel any pressure. You are doing a wonderful job as a father and generous provider. Man, she really was mean to him, wasn't she? She was just a terrible, awful person. Thank you for that. We could never make it without your help. Also, I know Jip wants to tell you about the concert we went to. I will be posting some photos tonight. Hugs, Dee and Jip. Also, did you receive the package we sent? Our neighbor Fontana mailed it a few weeks back for us. We had to leave early for clinic. Jip always thinks of you when she sees anything with Bob Dylan on it, and he's coming to Springfield on the 24th. So then Rod to Snow Gypsy. I am so proud of her for the nomination. I am due off this week coming. I'm waiting on my taxes still. When is the conference? And then he says he got the income tax paper in so far, but there's no package yet. So thank you. So proud of her too. I will tell her it will make her so happy. The conference is June 24th to July 2nd. Don't know when her one-on-ones with the doctors will be. They will also have some great seminars. I will check with Fontana. You should have got it. I will let you know. Hugs. So then he says, okay, we're planning to come up there on July 24th. So check your calendar. And she said, we'll do. The only reason we won't be here is Gypsy's health or doctors. Is the trip handicapped accessible? Do you need doctor notes for any arrangements? Can't wait to see you all. And she says, Snow Gypsy to Rod says, no, they'll be out of school. We can't wait either. And he said, Snow Gypsy to Rod Blanchard, I mean for the cabin or the activities for Jip. And he says, I'm confused, laughs out loud. I'll call you when I get the doc later this week. So, okay, no problem. Just thought you wanted Jip to go with you on vacation. If not, let me know. It's all right. Hugs. Because if you come down here, and I just want you to see, look at this conversation. It goes on and on and on and on. It is not just whatever. Oh, they barely talked. Here's Dee Dee telling him, hey, Rod, your bank sent us $100 extra. Do you want it back? What's going on? I mean, Dee Dee the scammer, right? She's telling him there's a discrepancy in this $100 that he overpaid, right?
Right.
I mean, it's just insane. So this is a map of the little cabin that he's going to be talking about. And you can see it's 2 hours and 55 minutes away. This is what she was asking him about for this vacation. So, oh, wait, I'm sorry. Doesn't that seem like she was asking Rod if she would need anything to send with Gypsy because he was going to come and take her himself? Not like Dee Dee was going to be there. I mean, that's what I got from that conversation. What'd you get, Matt?
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed to me, honestly, from everything that, Gypsy's tried to say, or even Rod, about Dee Dee and how she would act, this is proving absolutely the opposite.
But I think she was trying to get her together because she was going to send her to Rod. I think she was
too. Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't going to go. So he says, my Uncle Randy has a cabin like 3 hours south of y'all. We should hook up there on one day or whatever. So then Snow Gypsy to Rod Blanchard. Sounds great. Just let us know. We got home today for a little while, thank God, because we are going to have kooky ice and snowstorm, and we did not want to get stuck in Kansas City. We are all ready. The store reminded me of hurricane preparedness, but I got what we needed. Our pharmacy delivers. Gypsy's formula, supplies, and diapers are all delivered. And if it gets too bad, Jip is a direct admit to Mercy Hospital. We will send you pictures and keep you posted. Jip and I are sending lots of hugs and love. He says, that's good. Keep it up.
What year was that?
Oh, this is what the heck happened to little Mia. Hold on. What was the date on that?
Yeah.
12/5/2013.
Talked about her diapers.
Yep. And going to this cabin and everything. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Diapers, though. Yeah.
So this one's from 2014. This is interesting. Hey Rod, how are you all? What did the school do to protect little Mia? We think it's horrible that someone was so mean to her. We had a little break in the weather, so I'm going to have my taxes done Monday. I wanted to know if you wanted to claim Gypsy and keep things the same. If so, I can get the form when I go. Also, you asked what Jip wanted for her birthday and Christmas. She wants to go back to Disney, so we're saving to go back in November. If everything goes good or anything Disney, give her a call whenever you get a chance. I know she would love to hear from you. Also, thank you so much for helping out to support her. I can never tell you how much you make. Or how much you make. Yeah,
I can't gloss over this.
Make her life easier with the medical expenses. I could never do it without your help. So thanks for being a great dad. Loves and hugs, D and Jip. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's really nice, but I can't gloss over the one you read just before that, knowing that she was 21 years old and Dee Dee is talking about formula and diapers for her.
Well, yeah, because she had incontinence problems, Mac.
But formula?
Formula, her formula for her feeding tube, not formula. Okay. For her feeding tube, like the
even though it still sounds stuff. Weird. She's 21.
Yeah, it does sound weird.
But she acts like she didn't need the diapers, but yet there it is right there.
She did need them. She did. And she asked, why would anybody ask that? Because you told us you wore diapers.
Yeah, and now we're seeing that you wore them. Like,
right.
Good
okay,
Lord.
So this one really got me the other day. I read this one to you, Mac, and you and I were basically like on the floor. So this is from 4/21 of 2014. So she is 22 years old here, about to turn 23. And this is what she wrote. Hey, Daddy, it's Chip.
Oh, that's
Easter. I missed you. I hope you were having a good day. The Easter bunny passed for me because I was a good girl. I got a fluffy, blue, snuggly bunny, smiley face. And Mama got a pair of slippers. Today, Mama made gumbo with twice baked potatoes. So now it's time for a food coma, smiley face. Also, we are sending a package to you. Sorry it's late. It's your birthday gift. Happy face. We are super busy. They will be painting our house pink on Tuesday. And Mama's cooking jambalaya for 200 volunteers. We are very happy. It's always been our dream to have a pink house with little flower boxes, and my playhouse will be baby blue. We are sending lots of hugs to you all. Have a good night. Love, Jip and Mama. Heart.
Oh my God. Oh.
Like, seriously?
She's 22, right?
Right. Meanwhile, on her other account with Ridiculous, she's throwing a fit because they weren't sure they were going to paint the house for them after living in it for however many years.
Wigsy brought up a good point. What did she do in jail? Did she have to wear diapers in jail?
Maybe.
Curious.
So this one, we are finally home. She had to have blood because she was so anemic. It made her feel better. Then they found some questionable cells, so we have to go back Friday for bone marrow aspiration.
There we go.
Touch and let you know how she does. Thank you so much for being there for her. She loves you. I told her the story about how you can do a backflip. She thought that was so neat. She is sleeping right now and snuggled with Sweetie Pie. When she wakes up, I will tell her you asked about her and that you send her a hug, that you love her because I know you do. Be safe and we love you, D. So going on. Hold on. Is that where it starts? Hold on. Did I miss the one?
Okay. Did you look up what that is?
What?
The bone marrow aspiration?
Yeah. Audrey's wants me to find the document, but I don't know if I have a lot of them from 2013.
But it's where they put the needle and extract the marrow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty, I don't know, that's pretty specific. I don't,
Yeah,
I still say she had it.
I don't think she'd be making that up. Like, who makes up a bone marrow aspiration? Like, who just decides that's the thing that they're going to make up today? Like, was she going to ChatGPT? No, well, there wasn't ChatGPT. Was she going to the library every day to look up a new freaking symptom for Gypsy? Like, seriously?
Oh
so
God.
right here, I found this one to be really interesting, my friends. Do you know what this is? That's Bobby Petrie. Do you know who's laying on the table? That's Christy Blanchard.
Mm-hmm.
But they all weren't in contact. They weren't friends. They weren't close.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Pull my other leg. It plays Jingle Bells.
So here we go. So hold on. I'm trying to get down here, but I can't go too far. Oh, that's all about the flu. Okay, so where is the one? Okay, here is where I said we now have motive from Rod. Glad to hear from you that you all enjoyed the trip, but the cold now, stay warm. Yeah, I was going to claim her for taxes. Please mail the form when you get a chance. They cut our pay 33% because oil prices so low. They say it's temporary. We'll see. Should be able to keep the $1,200 a month coming to you for a while because I have been smart to put a little in savings. But if it lasts too long, we may need to cut back a little bit. It sucks, but that's the oil field. Sometimes it slows down. We'll give a heads up if things get ugly. Still have a job and thankful for that. I hope she feels better and can rest, and you too. Tell her I love and miss her and want to hear about Disney. So then this is the response back because, Dee Dee could be a real freaking bitch and be like, I don't care. You better still send that money because da-da-da-da-da.
She totally
Right?
could have. Yeah.
But no, I'm so sorry about the pay cut. We know how hard you work and how dedicated you are. So don't worry. We appreciate whatever you can send. I know you love Jip and want to help us out. And we think that is amazingly sweet of you. Honestly, I don't know what we would do without you all. Help and support. And I mean love and good thoughts for Jip and I, not only monetary. We are a family and family understands and loves. If there is anything we can help with, please let us know. I'm going to get the tax paper tomorrow and put it in the mail tomorrow after clinic. We are expecting about 1.5 to 2.5 feet of snow. So that is from 3/3 of 2015. The next page is where on 5/15 of 2015, Rod writes to her and says to Gypsy, hey, boo, just call me. Daddy will come pick you up. And that was at 1:09 or 2:09 in the afternoon. It is before she was fully arrested. Then on the 16th, he sends that same text message, but it goes to her email, her personal email, and the same thing. And I'm thinking, I don't understand why either one of these things would be being shown. But why would he message her this way? Mm-hmm. Why did he message her thinking she would call him before she was arrested? When did she contact him? Mm-hmm. Had she already told him about the plan? Because I'm beginning to think that's what's going on here. I truly believe that everyone that is involved with Dee Dee in any way, shape, or form, I think they knew it was coming. I think the Petries knew something. I think that Rod and Christy knew something. I think there was other people obviously involved. And it's very telling. She blocks all of the family members. There's insurance money and trust money and things like that are in play here, guys. And this 33% pay cut, you need to go watch all the videos I've done on that, because it's a very drastic cut. And damn near by the end of 2015, everyone in the industry of the oil industry were experiencing job losses by the masses, price cuts, gas was going for very low prices. They were struggling, and I'm talking struggling where you could be making $300,000 a year, living comfortably in your nice freaking home, and being bankrupt by the end of the year. That's how bad this was. When the oil industry has it's not a boom, it's a bust. And they had a huge one starting in the end of 2014, all through 2015, and finally stabilizing in 2016. It was the worst one in over a decade. They had had extreme growth from 2009 to 2014. So he was living high on the hog during that period of time. But during this period of time, he was having a hard time scrubbing pennies together. He was lucky he didn't lose his job. And so it go look up everything I've put out. It'll give you some more information on that. But this, in my mind, puts a motive for someone else to be involved. And it wouldn't just have affected Rod. It would have affected her whole family because of all the boating industry down there be taking a hit from this. Hi, Titania. I see you there. How are you? So this was really upsetting for me. This hit me with, I was shocked seeing this. And it really solidified to me the fact that I think a lot of this has to do with money and some nefarious people and rugs. And it's very upsetting. It's extremely upsetting. And what we're hearing from the townspeople makes it even more concerning and more suspicious. And, Bobby Petrie was the very first person to mention Munchausen by proxy. And you want to know when he did that, friends? It sure as shit wasn't after Gypsy was found and they knew she could walk. No, it was not. It was before she was
in that statement. It was the statement, right?
He didn't have Dee Dee's body yet. And he said that.
Right. I said it was the statement he made to the police, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So
it's just it's like you can't pinpoint it, but it's getting very close. It's getting very close because they're all too nefarious. All of them.
Right.
And why would he bring that up? Like you said, he brings up Munchausen by proxy in his statement to the police.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where, dude, you've been doing acid for the last freaking 10 years. Where did you hear of MPV?
Right.
Or MP? Like, seriously. Like, I don't know.
Bobby Petrie saying it should have cast so much doubt. Exactly. This woman is laying dead in a bed. They haven't even found her yet. And your niece is freaking missing. And you're over here bashing her mom and talking about Munchausen by proxy. Like, and then he rushes, Bobby Petrie rushes to KY3 to make comments and insert himself into the storyline and immediately is trying to disparage Dee Dee. Why?
Right.
What did Dee Dee ever do to you, Bobby? You were a little kid, and when I sat in your living room, you said that you were Dee Dee's favorite kid, that you were her favorite little guy, and she took you everywhere. And Suzette says you went everywhere with them as well. So what was it that your Aunt Dee Dee did to you that was just so terrible that you felt like you needed to do that? Oh, I'm sorry, your sister Dee Dee. Your sister Dee Dee.
He's going along with it for the Mo.
What did she do? Oh. You weren't very old when she took Gypsy and was gone. You didn't know her all that well. You were a kid too, Bobby. And this is really disgusting. And no, Laura May did not die a horrible death because Dee Dee fed her Roundup 23 years beforehand. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yes, I
think
it
doesn't add up right. It just doesn't add up right. You know what I mean? And when you got to question things, I can't just say, "Oh, that means nothing," because no, you can't. I'm not saying it has to mean something, but it certainly looks like it means something.
Demi Brett, I like your comment. Something stinks for sure, and it's not just Geppetto's diaper.
I love Demi Brett. Demi Brett's the best, man.
Right. If Rod thought she was missing, why did he tell her he would come get her? She hadn't even been found yet.
That's what I'm saying. Did she call from Nick's closet?
Well, she had been found at that point. She had been found at that point, but she was in the interrogation room and everything at that point. She was being questioned, and they didn't know what the heck was going
When
on.
he messaged her that she was in the interrogation?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It would
Because
have
we
been
didn't
part of
know
the time
the
period that
time
they
we
were there.
talked.
Yeah, because the post went out on the 14th. Yeah, the first one on the post went out on the 14th, and this was the 15th. So it was after they had discovered the body. She probably still had her phone at that point.
No, I'm saying Gypsy though. It was before Gypsy was found.
No.
Okay.
No, they found them at 12:18 a.m. on the 15th. This was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the 15th.
Okay. All right.
And then it was on the 16th that he
Oh,
sent
that's right. That's right. Because we thought it was 1 a.m.
Right.
At
And then
first.
he sends
Okay.
it, yeah. And then he sends another one on the 16th. That's the next day to Yahoo. Like, so because the only phone that she had with her at the time, I believe, was the burner phone that she'd only bought 2 weeks before. So I don't know that they have all of the other ones. We were requesting things as fast as we can, guys, as fast as we can think. Everybody in the community is working on this. You know, there's still more FOIAs coming.
We're working on it,
couple of months. So yeah, there's just a lot coming down the pipeline here. So this is the next thing that I find suspicious. And according to the townspeople, some of them believe that Rod and or Bobby were in town at the time that this went down. And you know, that's interesting to me that they are saying that that's what they think. They saw him, they saw Bobby Petrie, and they think that they were both there, which is interesting to me. And I also think it's weird that he's sending her this message of just call me and I'll go come pick you up. Daddy will come pick you up. But when they do the first phone call on the recorded line, what does he say to her? He's like, well, this is why I wasn't sure I should drop the boat.
Right. Yeah. It's like I wasn't sure what kind of relationship we had.
Yes, you were.
What?
Yes, you were. You're sending presents back and forth, and Aunt Christy and Aunt Dee Dee, and
Rod was smart enough to know that was being recorded.
Yep.
He knew it.
He knew it because he's been arrested before.
Yep. Duh. He knew it.
Yeah. So, and Christy, I'll be your mama now. Who does that? This little girl just freaking murdered her mama, and you know jack shit yet. I'll be your mama now. I'm sorry if my stepdaughter. If my stepdaughter had done that to her mama, those would not be the words out of my mouth.
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay? Not.
I'd be like, I'm sure you are missing her.
Right. Okay. So here's the next one. Let me. So this comes from KY3. So this is in the new book. And we had heard about this before, but we did not quite know. Hold on, I'm sorry. There we go. No, come on, move over a little bit further. Come on, what are you doing? I hate freaking technology, man. All right. So this one is dated June 15th, 2015. Okay. So this is, hold on. I have to make sure that his. Okay. Because when she was found. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Sorry. So this is an interview with Chris Nutt, and he is a reporter for KY3. And so this is Mahali. So she's the one who interviewed Nicholas, interviewing him. And it says on June 15th, 2015, while assisting with the homicide investigation, reference Claudinia Ann Blanchard, I was assigned to make contact with a person making odd statements on the website Reddit. I was advised the person making the odd comments was believed to be a cameraman employed by a local news station. I contacted KY3 News first and inquired if they had a cameraman stationed in the area of 2103 West Volunteer Way in Springfield, Missouri. I was advised they did have one of their cameramen stationed near the location. I was advised the cameraman's name was Chris Nutt. I asked for him to be contacted, given and given my office phone number, and for him to be encouraged to contact me. So on June 15th, 2015, I was contacted by Chris Nutt. Chris said while speaking with me, he was still on scene in the area of 2103 West Volunteer Way in Springfield, Missouri. I explained to Chris that I had reviewed statements he had made on reddit.com and that I was concerned about the few of the comments and or statements he had made public. Chris immediately asked me if he was in trouble, and I explained that he was not. However, I needed to address the comments with him, and Chris agreed to speak with me. I told Chris I had read the statement he wrote. Some barfly looking lady just drove up and asked if they found the bodies. No one has reported a murder yet. Right now, they're only listed as endangered, and the gurney is in the house. She was driving a beat-up King cab truck, and someone was in the back, but they were trying to not be seen. I swear I'm not making this up. Chris asked again if he was in trouble, to which I responded he was not. Now, see, this is why the timeline is muddy, because she would have been found. Hold on, I just need to make sure. I because the timeline is muddy here, and I want to make sure I'm right. Because
yeah, the barfly looking lady.
I like that. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. This does not make sense. The post went out on June 14th, 2015. Everybody was showed up there. Okay. And they were there doing all of this. And this person pulls up, but it's seeming as if he's making this comment on June 15th because she would have they found her on June 15th at 12:18 a.m. according to the call logs. So how was he there reporting about the fact that nobody had been reported as a murder yet, and there's a gurney in the house?
This makes no sense.
This makes no sense.
Mm-mm.
I mean, is anybody else having a problem with this?
I mean, it's so inconsistent, like all the time.
So then I told Chris that I had a response from a reader asking if he obtained the license plate, to which he responded he did not, and that when he tried to show a deputy, he didn't give a fuck. POS, our sheriff's department are jerks. P.S. Our sheriff's department are jerks to media. Chris said he would take down the post. I explained to Chris that I did not care about the post being made. However, I needed to get the license plate he reported on the website that he had captured with his camera, and I needed to know the name of any Greene County Sheriff's employee that was rude and or disrespectful to him. Chris explained that he had not actually been able to get the license plate as he had posted on the website, and that the subjects in the truck actually live in the area on Legacy Street, and they have been spoken to by law enforcement. I don't believe there's anybody that lives on Legacy Street that they spoke with, folks. I have not found that report yet. And Legacy Street is, if you remember when we did the walkthrough, Legacy Street is that first little street right there on the right, and it opens up into the mouth of Dee Dee's freaking driveway. So,
Right.
Chris explained that he had not actually been able, they live on law enforcement. Chris also could not provide the name of anyone that had been disrespectful and or a jerk to him. Chris said he did not want to get himself or anyone else into trouble and that he was taking the postings down. At the conclusion of my contact with Chris, I was able to determine the persons he spoke with in the truck had actually spoken to law enforcement, and they did live in the area, and they had no knowledge of a homicide. How would you not have knowledge of a homicide if you live right the fuck there?
Mm-hmm.
If the gurney's in the damn house,
Right.
what are we looking at here?
Karen asked, what street was the guy that took her to see Dan? What was that street?
That was further down. It was
Okay.
further down in the some other. It's the neighborhood that's down the street from them.
All right, because I was wondering that too. But Legacy, I remember Legacy.
Okay, and so then I was also able to determine that Chris had been spoken to by Greene County investigators, so they had talked to him, all of which could not release any information to him, which in turn is what might have upset Chris and caused him to post such harsh words. Chris was encouraged to contact the Greene County Sheriff's Office if he had any information that would assist in the ongoing investigation. But nobody thought to say, well, why did you say that the freaking gurney was in the house and there hadn't been a murder reported? Because there already had been, but the people down the street don't know there's a murder either. So what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, really.
What in the actual F? I'm serious. What in the fuck?
They're all in the reports. It's like every time we read something, it's jacked, man, all the time in this.
I didn't realize he was making the post on June 15th as well. Like, I read this before and it didn't dawn on me till right now. That I'm like,
same.
wait a
It didn't
minute.
dawn on me
If she
either.
wasn't found until this time period, then what the something is not right here, friends.
No, something is definitely not right. Something's definitely not right, and we're very close to figuring it out. We just can't get there.
What are you guys thinking? Let's see what you guys are thinking. I couldn't remember how close they were. What street was the guy? What's a king can truck? Could that be what left the marks in the lawn? Yes. Okay. So I think they meant king cab truck, not can.
Yeah.
King cab truck. And yes, the marks that were left were definitely made by a truck, and we believe it's a dually. And it's really funny because it seems like they're in the front of the house, but they're not. They're over on the side, kind of. Like somebody brought their truck up and backed up and took some things. Don't know.
Yeah.
So, but what is a gurney? Like a body lifter? You don't know what a gurney is? Yeah, the gurney is like the bed you lay on. It's a hospital bed that is on wheels that paramedics use.
Like when you see them come out of the the ambulance and they bring the gurney out and they bring it in. That's what that is.
Right. And if they're dead body on it, it's all covered with the white sheet and everything for their privacy and all of that stuff. Yeah. Maybe they were inside processing and hadn't released that information yet. No. Because she was pronounced dead on scene from the day before even. None of this makes sense.
No.
None of this makes sense.
And the more messages, like Bad Angel just said, the more Facebook messages, they're all very telling. Like the more we read, the more, I think Into the Weeds put it out. Like anybody can go now and go look. You guys can all go check it out. They got them all there for, I guess, all their links and everything.
Yeah. And I've been working on pulling those down so I can get them into our drive for everything too, because I want to have it all in one place for us to look at. I hate having to go to 19 different drives to figure this out.
I know, it's crazy. But I'm letting the public know that, hey, anybody can read it now.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So the next one is another interesting one. And let's see if we find anything different in this that we weren't thinking about.
Well, I'm sure we're gonna.
Oh, why is it doing that? Okay. So this one is interesting because this is the Missing and Endangered Person Advisory. So on June 14th, 2025, about 17:27 hours, which minus 12 is what, 5 o'clock? 17 minus 12. Yeah, 5 o'clock. So 5 p.m. I received a notification email regarding the Greene County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigation Division response to conduct an investigation involving Claudinia and Gypsy Blanchard, who had been reported missing by neighbors. So this is after David has climbed through the window, allegedly. Or if you believe the original story, the cop pulled up and found Tamara Rose, Amy Pineguard, and David Blanchard all standing in the fucking house. Just saying. That's the original story. But hey. Okay. So as information was coming in, there were multiple dates of birth provided for Gypsy Blanchard. The first date of birth given was July 27th of 2000. So if we're in 2015, what does that make her? 15 years old, right? Do you remember who called in the first call? Who called it in? That was Kim Blanchard. Do you remember her standing out in front of Dee Dee's house with her husband talking to the news station, talking about how Gypsy was a 14-year-old little girl? Do you guys remember that? Yeah. I remember that. Do you remember that?
I remember it. Yep, I do.
Went out as a 14-year-old missing, right? Okay. There's a very good reason for this. I responded to the sheriff office and immediately began to fill out to submit paperwork for an Amber Alert. At 18:58 hours, so that's 6:58 on June 14th, 2015, I sent the Amber Alert paperwork to the Missouri State Highway Patrol and contacted Troop F to confirm they received it. At 1900 hours, so that's 7 p.m. on June 14th, 2015, I sent another email with an updated date of birth for Gypsy Blanchard, which I had been advised was July 27th, 1995. And that information, I believe, came from Miss Rachel Miller. In speaking with the Missouri State Highway Patrol, I was advised this incident did not meet the requirements for an Amber Alert. However, it was determined to place a missing endangered person advisory for both Claudinia and Gypsy Blanchard. I requested to have the advisory sent out to Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. Now, that just seems like a normal progression of things, right? Except for the birth dates. But there's a very important reason for this. An Amber Alert is only issued for children under the age of 7.
What is that about?
What?
I was just going to say, what is that about? She was in her 20s. Why would they do an Amber Alert?
Well, we talked about this before.
No, I'm saying for them.
Right, for them. Why are the comments not on the stage again?
I took them down because they couldn't see
what it was. Okay. Yeah. I got you. Okay. So Amber Alerts go out for children under the age of 17. All these people knew that she was at very least 19 years old. However, most of them knew she was 23. And even by their own stupid math, okay, Gypsy Rose lived in that house from 2008 to 2015. So 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. If she moved in at 12, how is she still 14? She moved in at 14, really, but they thought she was 12. So how is she still 14? Why was that important? To put the Gone Girl situation out there.
I want to live in that world.
From her mother. Yes, ma'am. She created a time paradox. Can you get me some more soda? Yes, exactly. She's a time traveler. I've already said this.
Exactly.
They're time travelers. She made a wormhole. That's what she did. She made a wormhole.
That's what I said. I want to live in that
world. Everything. Right. So, all right. So the reason for the Amber Alert, in my opinion, allegedly for entertainment educational purposes only, Okay. I believe that they did this because an Amber Alert goes out immediately. It would then be on the lookout for Gypsy Rose Blanchard, 14 years old, and she was trying to sell, I was kidnapped by my boyfriend who murdered my mother. That's why she was found in the same clothing, I believe.
Yep.
And I want you guys to understand something.
Me
You know
too.
how they said that she had been there for days or whatever? No. They arrived in Springfield, or I'm sorry, they arrived in Waukesha in the very early morning of June 13th. Charles and the mother, I think it's either Stephanie or Charles picked them up and brought them home. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hello.
Okay. So that's only one day. Okay. I don't know how she was able to, how they were able to F like bunnies, steal some macaroni and cheese, have
Right.
all these different things happen. Have the kid be over here saying, well, she said, Uncle Bob said that she did it. She said she did it.
Yeah.
All of that happened. And by 2 o'clock, 3:13, according to the very first call, by 3:13 on the 15th, they were already, or on the 14th, they were already out of the house. She'd already made the Facebook post.
Yep.
At 2 something in the afternoon.
Right.
And go to the post office and a Walmart. Yeah. Right. Hi, Alicia.
She's a do-it-all kind of gal.
She is. She's a do-it-all. I guess she can stop time. I mean, that might be too, you know. She is Anna. Like, did Anna have powers too? Because, you know. Did you hear the freaking name that she made for herself for the Mandalorian? Oh my God. It's fucking hilarious. It's like so weird. It's something imbalentin or something freaking owl. Like, what a weird, just weird. But this alert, I really believe, is why they gave that first birth date. Kim knows that that's not her birth date. David Blanchard knows that's not her birth date. Amy Pinegar, Tamara Rose, they all know that it's not her birth date, that she's not a 14-year-old little girl that is still living in their neighborhood 7 years, 8 years, 9 years later when she moved in when she was allegedly 12. They know that. But why would they do it? No. She would have had a benefactor, and that benefactor would have been either likely Rachel and Ray Cully or Rachel and Mike Cully or Rachel and Ray Miller. And that's who gave them the birth date of 1995, because she had signed the power of attorneys on 1995 and 1997, and she had the power of attorney on her, and she had it and waiting for them to give it to her. And she rushed there from down where the Hope Lodge was, about 2.5 hours away, to get there to give them what? The key. The key.
Yep.
So by 7 p.m., at the very least, 8 p.m., they, or even before that, because Rachel Miller showed up 3 hours later. So, I mean, that would have been very interesting, that she's there and ready to go, and she's got the power of attorney in hand and the whole thing, you know. I'm bringing the key. They could have gone in that house so many times, and they didn't.
Nope.
Hell, when they got there, the door was wide the fuck open with people in there. But he just looked down the hallway and he didn't see anything amiss, friends. So he told them to come back outside, and then they locked and secured the door so they couldn't get back through it.
House all clear. It's all clear in here. Yeah.
And David Blanchard is who released the all clear. Just so you all know.
So you know.
Just so you know. All right.
The one that wasn't the top.
Right. Jesus Christ. All right. So I think the next one is the one I need. Yes. Okay. So this is contacting. Is this the right one? Is this Candace? and Summer. Hold on.
Yeah, his big ass did not go through that window. We still got to get the dimensions of it, though. I truly want to know, like, for sure. But I don't think he could have made it through there. But I don't know.
Okay, so this one here.
That's a good point, Karen.
This one here mentions Killsworth Candy Rourke, okay? And Killsworth Candy Rourke is on the Facebook page of the Gypsy Blanchard where the post is that B is dead. And she is the one who says the cops said the house is cleared and there's no bodies inside, nobody is there. We all have to go home. There's nothing they can do at this time. They will be continuing a missing person investigation. She's that person. And again, I'm going to tell you the whole reason that the house was cleared is because David Blanchard, Amy Parngar, and Tamara Rose said it was.
Yep.
And that's it. The end. So
he stood there, stared at that bed and didn't see her, and so they left. So Dee Dee's body laid in there for how much longer?
9 to 10 hours.
Yeah, cute of you guys to do that.
Yeah, nice.
So how are you letting him go in? You know what I'm saying? Like,
so this is where we're going to get to the beginning of the crux of what we're doing. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I still want to talk about a couple other things before we get to this one. This comes in our next segment, but it's a little preview for you. Just remember that name, Kill Switch. Okay, Kill Switch, because it's gonna be really interesting what she says and what the their other person says about commenting on Facebook, and it's gonna be why we're up here talking about the Gypsy Rose Blanchard is a good Christian woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. She's
right,
the
so
bad.
I have to go to the. I gotta run to the restroom real quick, and I'll be right back.
Okay, we'll see you soon. How's it go? If you sprinkle while you tinkle, please be neat and wipe the seat. Hope she does all that. Okay, yeah, a lot of people question the window. Like I said, I still would like to see the dimensions. I mean, seeing something in a picture and seeing it in real life are two different things. So I would really love to know what the dimensions are of the window. My thing is, the painting of the house. When she was talking about that, it's like, okay, I thought it was already pink. Like, I don't understand why they had to do pink. I don't know. I don't know. Sounds just like Gypsy being ungrateful. Okay, Abel. All right, cool. Thank you. Hey, yo, mama. But imagine that. Imagine you're a cop going on a welfare check. And this civilian's like, oh, hey, I know him. But yet they have to use the key. They don't have a key. They have to use the window to get in. Make that make sense. It doesn't make any sense. And then they let him clear it. Yeah, you go ahead. You go right on. You go ahead. I'm just going to look over here. I'm not seeing nothing. You go right ahead and go over there.
I'm back.
And then he clears the house. Yeah. And the reason we know this is because he says it in the car video. It's been a long time since I cleared a house. Remember, we were listening to that, Fancy, and I was like, why would he say he cleared a house? Why is he saying that? Well, now we know why. Now we know why.
Yes.
And the cop that let him do it, he lost his job. So there you go.
Okay. Did I close our... Uh-oh. I think I closed out my Facebook. So hold on. I got to open up Facebook again to pull up these next pieces.
Really? Whose live did she shut down?
I know she shut down Into the Weeds yesterday.
She just shut down another live, I guess. She is a cockroach.
She definitely is. She definitely is.
Especially the first part of the word.
Okay, let me.
That's what I'm thinking. She's a spoiled little brat. Like, she's ungrateful. Like, it's not pink enough. It's not the right color pink. Like, I don't know. I thought it was pink. Wasn't it pink, Vance? Wasn't the house pink when they built it?
No, actually, I guess it wasn't. And they painted it in 2014. And the reason that I guess I thought it was pink was because all of them standing out front of the pink house with the hard hats on.
Yeah,
I always thought that was the day that they gave them the house. It's not. It's not. That's the day they painted the house. That was after they painted the house pink.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Even still, how ungrateful are you?
How ungrateful.
Like, I wouldn't care. It could be green. You gave me a home. I had nowhere to go. I don't care what color this freaking house is. Like, for real.
Right.
Make people take time out of their day to come paint it pink for some little snotty little vacant.
Right.
Ugh.
Well, since we're here, I was gonna do the other part.
Hey, Tracy.
This was gonna go a little bit later, but since we're here, we might as well just go ahead and do this one here. This was posted today on Gypsy's Gypsy's little Instagram over there.
Hey, Savage.
Okay, and she says content theft is against community guidelines and will be reported. Understand that these rules are in place for a reason. Undermining YouTube's policy to harass and bully will also not be tolerated. Please be respectful as I encourage creators to read the guidelines before posting. YouTube is liable to strike and possibly ban such creators for repeated copyright infringement. This is a simple standard for all YouTube creators.
Yeah. She's like the girl in class that said you forgot to give us homework. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Just wow.
Just wow. Just wow.
Yep.
Honey, you are not exempt from all of this either. And you are a bully.
And there's ways around your little copyright thing, and we are finding them and we are using them. So bring it on. Seriously.
Well,
you ain't gonna stop us. You ain't stopping. The train is coming. And you can't stop.
Honey, it left the station. It is barreling right into your
hometown. Yep. Not even snow. It's burrowing through the snow even.
She's doing this show from Derek and Stephanie Harlow.
Oh.
Okay, that might have been an automatic strike from their channel by accident.
Okay.
So that
it was
may not have anything to do with her. But who knows?
Yeah, it was. She said it was a lady that goes by Dr. Vanna, Vana.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just learning about the case. And she started. I've been sharing info, and boom, the live ended abruptly.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Just wow. All right.
I love Stephanie. Stephanie's awesome.
So
I want to know what she has to say now.
I do too. Yes, I did a video on the Celine Beth shit. I even did a video explaining to Miss Celine Beth Olsen exactly what digital violence means. And honey, I just want you to understand, you were throwing shade the wrong fucking way. Okay?
Yeah,
okay? Perhaps in your 10 weeks of freaking trauma response bullshit that you
Good Lord. I'm telling you, dude, I thought she was signing. I thought she was being an interpreter. She moved her hands so damn much.
Like she was literally, I felt like she was like signing the here comes the plane, come in, land on the runway.
Good Lord. It's very distracting. I talk with my hands, but damn.
I talk with my hands too, but I've never seen somebody do all of this, and was she voguing? Like, I mean, what was she doing?
No, it didn't look like voguing. Seriously, it looked like she was trying to do, I don't know, interpretive dance, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe it was she was trying to mimic Gypsy's belly dancing.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'll be right back. I'm getting Lola out, and I'm gonna
Okay.
get that.
I'm just going to talk about Hannah. I'm just going to talk about Hannah Kanish for a minute.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So let me add this up to the stage while Mac is gone. All right. So we've done a couple of videos on this one as well, but I felt like we should address it today. So this is right before the murder. Okay. So I want you guys to think of this in terms of motive for things that are going on. And we're going to play some videos after this one as well. But if you look here, this is from the Emma Rose account, and this is the one that we're still waiting on some data from. So the Emma Rose account, she says, I'm so happy I'm not the only one who thinks this girl is in the wrong as well. She's as much to blame as this sick pervert. 13, 16, still underage. Discovering this girl wanted what she got, she ran away to be with him. She's looking at this man as her Prince Charming, even though he is old enough to be her grandfather. She absolutely needs professional help. She's a lying, manipulating little slut. What a nice way to talk about a 13-year-old little girl who was kidnapped and raped by what? Oh, some of the same people that you were being kidnapped and raped by for, right? The same people who groomed you? The same people who groomed you? Is that who it was, Gypsy? Was that what it is? But it wasn't your fault, but it's her fault. You weren't a slut, but she was a slut, right? She's 23 years old, talking about a 13-year-old little girl 3 months before she decides to murder her mother. But is she done? No. Let's go on to read the other posts. So here is these posts, and I'm not sure if you can see them here, but we've put them out in other ways. But basically, these are all posts to KY3. This is to KSMY, all these different news stations, and she's doing the same freaking quote. She's putting this whole thing out there, and what she is saying in those little things is basically that this happened to her when she was 15 years old. 15 years old, and it was 4 years ago. Meanwhile, we all know that she's 23 years old, so it didn't happen 4 years ago, and it didn't happen 4 years ago from you being 19 either, so we know that this didn't happen then. These incidents, I don't even think that this incident is the Dan incident at VisionCon. I believe that this is another incident from when she's 15 years old, and she likes to weave things together. People, stories, things that happened. Okay. And I think that something happened to Gypsy at 15 years old. I think she was being groomed by these men at 15 years old. And I think she was pretending to be 13 at the time. And that's why she's obsessed with the number 13. Because the people that she hangs out with, they think 13 is the magical number for you to become a woman and you're fair game within their community to do with what they want. Are you all picking up what I'm laying down here? Are you understanding? Okay.
I am, because I'm back.
Oh, good. And then so she tries to get this out here. She's trying to get Dan here. Okay. Not only does she post this whole thing, trying to get the news to pick up the story, she also posts, hey, any moms in the Springfield, Missouri area, hide your children because there's a guy who's kidnapping and raping 13-year-old little girls, and his name's Dan Glidewell. Straight up, same time period.
Yes.
3 months. 3 months, guys. 3 months before the murder. So maybe Dee Dee got unalived because her daughter couldn't keep her mouth shut?
Yeah, could be. She likes to run it. I know that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if that wasn't bad enough, though, let me get over here to our demonas. So to back this up, so that you guys understand exactly what was going on and what was going on in the mind of her. Now, I don't know about anything. I'm not an addict. I've never been an addict. I've been around some addicts. And I got to say something. That looks like a pretty rough Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
She looks like she's on some serious Xannies right now.
Zanny,
Yeah.
or maybe massive
Zanny, Valiant
Vicodin.
Zanny. It'll make your whole face just relax in your body, and you just talk like
Not
this.
like this. Well, wait. Oh, you don't say.
Yeah.
Is that how you talk?
Yep.
Okay. Well, hang on a second.
It's
Because
like she sounds like a heroin addict right there. She looks
Here
like
we
one
go.
too. That's exactly what Xanax is. It's prescription heroin.
So we've got 3 clips from this little video here that she's making.
You know, if those pictures get out and I want to become a famous artist someday, I don't want that to be held over my head and be like, oh, you're this big, great, famous.
You mean the blown BJ art? Is that what you were going to be, the famous artist there? The BJ art? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Didn't go
yeah,
over
but
very
now
well
she's a
for you.
Christian. Now she's little Miss Christian lady. But who cares about the nudes now, right?
I don't even think she understands what it takes to
Probably
be a famous
Amy.
artist.
Probably both Amy.
Do you know that most artists aren't famous until they die, Gypsy? Do you understand?
Yeah, and real quick at Amy, yeah, Xanax if misused, okay, and
Yeah.
I misused it, and yes, it's like heroin. It's definitely like being on heroin.
Yeah.
It takes you. Never mind. It's not a good thing. If you have
It's
an addictive
mind-altering.
personality, Xanax is not a way to go.
And it's mind altering. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's keep going on.
Famous artist. Oh, look at naked pictures of you. Haha, I could blackmail you with it. And it could be Dan. It could be his girlfriend. I don't know. They seem pretty pissed at me.
For what reason?
After
You were making defamatory
I explained to this girl, this woman, whatever, that I don't want him back. I'm not a threat to his relationship. I'm not. And I want to be friends, but not no more. It's war now.
Like her mama right there. You know when her mom's talking about not wanting to get out of the bed because it's snowing outside? Not gonna do it. Sounds just like her damn mom right there.
Now, if it's him, it's war. If it's her, it's war. I cover my reputation because.
Okay, so next one. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry.
Someone, the same person, and then the same person sends the link of the profile with the picture in a message to my mom, but my mom has strict filtering on her messages, so I was able to intercept the message before she was able to read it to know that it was a profile. So I explained it away by being like, well, it was taken 5 years ago. But
that doesn't make any sense. If she was able to intercept the freaking conversation, then why would she need to explain it to her mom at all?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Uh-uh.
Oh, and by the way, the person who she's talking about, yeah, that's Dan's mom. It's Dan's mom. That is the one who messaged.
Oh yeah, she says it. We're getting there.
Oh yeah.
I made it. I sent it to Dan, and he clearly either sent it to, I guess, a buddy, or he shared it, or he's the one that posted it to blackmail me or whatever, or try to ruin my reputation now.
For what? For what? Blackmail you for what? What would he have on you that he could blackmail you? Or ruin your reputation?
Yeah.
Girl, you're a whore. You don't have a reputation left to ruin, baby girl. You were a, as you like to put it, a loose woman, honey. You were a loose woman. Reputation. Get the blackmail. Get the fuck down here.
And she bought the whole thing. I'm happy about that. So I mean, I wasn't about to throw us under the bus and be like, well, yeah, I'm seeing, you know, a guy that 2 years ago talked me into having a BDSM relationship with him, you know.
Oh yeah, he talked you into it.
And then
okay, so then here's the third one that I really love. This one's my favorite, I think.
File is a good idea, and only one per profile is a good idea, and that's only for us to communicate. Other than that, having more than one, people are gonna try and ruin me and ruin us, and it's gonna interrupt with our relationship, and it's gonna, you know, my mom could only give me so many chances. And, you know, I had a big long talk with my mom last night. And that's why I wasn't on a while last night, because I was talking with my mom. And basically we were just talking, and I'm like, I apologize for taking the naked pictures whenever I was like 15, you know, because Demona did actually, but she doesn't believe in Demona. She just says, it's me. She doesn't even believe in a two-personality kind of disorder or whatever it is. And so I had to take the heat, only one per profile.
So I have to take the heat for what Demona did. So I have to take the heat for what Demona did.
Wish I could do that.
No, it's not me. It was Demona, Mom. It's Demona. No, it's you. It's you, honey. No, Mama. It's Demona. Well, I don't believe in a two-person personality, Gypsy. So it's you, honey. It's you. No, Mama. You just don't understand.
Yeah, but she doesn't believe in that. So Dee Dee's not buying it. She's like, you little shit, it was you. Stop it with the Demona shit.
Stop it with your shit. Just stop it with your fucking...
Just knock it off, okay? That's the point where I'd be at with that little shit.
She can only give me so many chances. Well, by the amount of I'm sorry videos and please forgive me videos to Nicholas, I'm sure your mother had it up to here with your bullshit.
Hell, she couldn't have been gone every time.
Jesus Christ. No, but I'm saying, like, literally, however many times she had to apologize to Nicholas in like a 2-year fucking period. Can you imagine intensifying that by 23 years of this little bitch in her fucking house all the time,
the voice alone,
blaming everyone else?
Yeah, the voice alone. I just been like, stop talking, please. Stop talking. Gypsy, stop
I forgot
talking.
to go over and make Avel. Hold on, I forgot to go over and make Avel a...
She sent us an email with her email.
Well, I may not need it. If I can look in the chat here. Hold on. Let me see, Avel. Add as moderator.
Yay!
There we go.
Abel, welcome to the team. Abel, welcome to the team. But yeah, and Bad Angel, welcome to the team. I don't know. I would have gotten so sick of her. Like I said, I don't know if Dee Dee searches, if those were Dee Dee or Gypsy. I don't know. Could have been either one of them.
Searches because Gypsy has two devices. Dee Dee has one device.
Okay.
And I truly believe it was Dee Dee searching for these things because because Demona or Gypsy on her own account was searching the other things like going to live in Louisiana. I thought that one was interesting. What it's like to live in Wisconsin. Like she was looking up those things, obviously she's looking up how to cover up the smell of a dead body. I mean, her searches were interesting, but at this time, Dee Dee was making searches for like what to do when your child is out of control, what to do when your adult kid with cognitive like that, and then the final ones were for like what kind of homes can I put my kid in, my mentally disabled child in. And one of those places that she looked up, it is a place that specializes in troubled teens from 17 to 24, especially those I believe that have some sort of like mental health disabilities and things like that. And that's what she was looking at. Why she said, I'm becoming drowsy, please don't hurt me. I'm becoming more relaxed, please don't hurt me. For her last words, Dee Dee was probably scared Nick couldn't take her without being double or triple or more dosed on her meds. Well, the meds were not found in her system, but what happens though is the easiest way for her to do that to her mother, to like kind of knock her out or anything like that, would have been using her insulin and giving her an overdose of her insulin, and that would not have been detected in the autopsy report.
Absolutely, Abel. I'll have some chocolate with you.
Yes. Because once the heart stops pumping blood, there is no blood sugar anymore. So they're not able to test for insulin or not insulin. It clears your body. So that was a really hard thing. That could be why, we've all wondered how she says, she took her sleeping pill and everything, and there's no pills, no medications whatsoever. And I think it indicates honestly that she hadn't been taking pills in quite a long time. Not just that day.
Yep.
And I wonder if her daughter was withholding them from her or dosing her to go out at night. Like, I mean, this little demon is, oh God. She was looking up the most popular date rape drugs. She looked up Rohypnol. She looked up ketamine. She looked up.
That was to knock Dee Dee out. Wow.
And she literally did search for what is the most common date rape drug. Like, that's a real nice thing for your daughter to be looking at. I mean, were you trying to do it for the 13-year-olds that you feel like were their own they weren't victims and they should know better, or were you trying to dose your mama? Like, why did you need a date rape drug, Gypsy? Or were you thinking maybe they did it to you? Did they date rape drug you? Is that what it is? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, searching for things about kids that steal your medication.
Yeah, first choice, but that's the thing. She had none in her system according to the autopsy report. So anyway, that's that portion. We're going to move on now to this whole I'm a good Christian woman persona that she is currently and in the past trying to present. And
very much so, Thriving Life. Yeah. So we're still waiting on an email from you, Thriving Life. We want to talk to you, Thriving Life.
Right. We wanted to talk to you. I didn't get an email from you. tipsforgoodwives@gmail.com. All right. So it's on.
Because I totally agree with that.
Okay. Presenter, invite, share screen. This is going really well. I'm very proud of
Funny bet, Angel, because I've been telling her we need to do more YouTube. So
she knows, but Angel keeps telling me I need to stick to TikTok too, though, because
that's what I'm saying. She said she's telling you to go to TikTok more. I've been telling you to go to YouTube more.
All right, can you guys see that? I can't tell because it's my screen's being weird. Okay, you guys can see it. All right, I just can't see what I'm doing here. Hold on, I gotta move this over just a tad to push the play button.
I read an interesting article the other day by Brandy Ann Kay called When Psychopaths Go to Church. I'll link the article in the description. But this article explains how religion can be used as camouflage. And not because faith is fake, but because faith communities are trained to trust first
Damn
and
it.
question last.
Hold
And
on.
that is
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to refresh real quick. So it might kick me out. So just give me a second.
I don't know what that angel's talking about.
Okay, now I can
I'm
see
confused right now.
again. All right, let me share the screen.
Oh, thanks, Amy. I worked very hard on that one.
Okay, now I can see it better. All right, here we go. So I'm going to start from the beginning here.
I read an interesting article the other day by Brandy Ann Kay called When Psychopaths Go to Church. I'll link the article in the description. But this article explains how religion can be used as camouflage. And not because faith is fake, but because faith communities are trained to trust first and question last. And that is exactly why this matters when we talk about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And first, let's just shut down the biggest lie that she's even trying to sell right now, and that's that she has found God.
Love
Because
that.
religion has always been a part of Gypsy's life. She was raised in it, and she spoke the language of faith long before prison. So this isn't some spiritual awakening that Gypsy is having. It's just another rebrand and another performance by her. Because every time Gypsy's narrative starts to crack, every time inconsistencies surface, the image changes. And she's most definitely not showing growth. She is escaping accountability. The article explains why people like Gypsy Rose Blanchard end up gravitating toward the high trust environment or groups. Church is perfect because once you say, I've given it to God, or I've been forgiven, or I'm redeemed now, then people will stop asking about her lies, her contradictions, her accountability and responsibility to the truth. So scrutiny becomes judgment and questions become hate. Gypsy has a documented history of role playing identities to manage perception of her. So when someone like Gypsy has this kind of history, we see it as what it is, adopting yet another role. And so now she's the Christian woman beyond reproach. But we're not celebrating that, but we are definitely evaluating this. Gypsy stated she's given her burden to God, therefore, she doesn't owe anyone an explanation for her deception, lies. Just let that sink in for a minute. Gypsy isn't using religion to confront truth or take accountability, but she's using religion in an attempt to end the conversation. And I'm not seeing this as repentance. I'm seeing this as her trying to get complete immunity. And let's not forget that the Bible has very strong warnings about false prophets and murderers of parents. Jesus reinforced the principle judge by the fruit, not appearances. In other words, faith is not a free pass for lies, deception, or manipulation, but it is accountability, and Gypsy is avoiding that at all costs. Exodus 20:13, Leviticus 29 says murdering a parent is extremely severe, both morally and legally, also punishable only by death. Gypsy's actions strike at the core of what Scripture calls sacred. Part of the article that speaks about the wolf in sheep's clothing is just way too on the nose to ignore. Gypsy has said before that she identifies as part wolf. These are people who learn how to look harmless and sound righteous and blend into communities that are built on trust. When someone with a lifelong pattern of role playing shows you who they are, you should probably listen to them. This is by no means an attack on Christianity. but it is a warning of what happens when faith replaces discernment. Forgiveness does not erase patterns, redemption does not cancel accountability, and prayer does not turn your deception into truth. The most dangerous wolf isn't the one that is snarling at you, it is the one who is now kneeling and speaking scripture and convincing you that asking questions makes you the problem. The Bible or religion doesn't protect liars who invoke God to avoid accountability, it condemns them. It says, judge by fruit, not by performance, by truth, not tears, by pattern, not prayer. So, Gypsy, you don't get to rewrite history while you're quoting scripture now. You don't get absolution while you're refusing to be honest, and you don't get to hide behind God after spending a lifetime hiding the truth. Her story just keeps changing, her roles keep shifting, and she starts talking about God when the videos and the emails, the messages, and all the proof comes out, and the questions are too uncomfortable for her to answer. The Bible is very clear, Gypsy, about people who invoke God while lying. In scripture, a false prophet isn't just someone who predicts the future wrong. It's someone who speaks in God's name while serving their own agenda. In the Old Testament, that wasn't treated gently, and it was one of the gravest offenses. Because false prophets don't just lie, they weaponize faith, mislead people, and hide corruption behind holiness. Jesus warned that false prophets don't look evil. They look convincing, they say the right things, they appear righteous. And he said the test is simple, not words, not claims, not tears, fruit. When someone uses God to shut down questions, to excuse deception, or to declare themselves beyond accountability, that is not faith. That is exactly what Scripture warns us about. Gypsy is definitely the wolf in sheep's clothing, and it's just another character playing another part for another rebrand. But this time, Gypsy, people aren't falling for it.
That was really good, Mac. I really liked that a lot. That was
Thank you
that
very
was
much.
so well put together.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I posted on the Reddit, everyone has a right about the Phoenix tattoo. Everyone was right, yeah. Yeah, thanks. No, it's important because that's exactly what she's doing. She's a wolf in sheep's clothing right now, or better yet, like Abel said, demon in sheep's clothing. She's pretending. Sure. Like I said, it's another part she's playing. That's it. But this time, people are paying attention. This time, people are more,
We see you, Gypsy. We see you.
Yep, we do.
Nobody saw you for a long time. You flew under that radar. Why? Because your mama did a really great job of making sure that your story was, that you were taken care of, and that people loved you and accepted you and all of those things. And she made sure that people liked you. You're not a likable person.
Thank you, Seven.
Just so you know, you're not a likable person. Like, you're bad all the way to your dumb fuck core.
Right. And I take suggestions too. If anybody in the chat or whatever want me to do a video on something specific, you can let me know either in chat or tips for good wives at Gmail. Anything that I'm touching right now on what I feel is important, and that's really important to me right now, because this is her rebrand. This is her. She's sitting there trying to give life advice. You're giving life advice? I mean, really? You? Like a couple of videos ago before, she was like, really gonna find myself. Well, if you're still, first of all, you're not worth looking for. You got to figure that out first, okay? Don't even try to find yourself, okay? And second, how are you giving life if you can't even find yourself? How are you giving life advice when you can't even,
when you have the mind of a 13-year-old and you make mistakes, right? Didn't you say that, Gypsy? You got the mind of a 13-year-old and you make mistakes, right?
But we have to start doing the the new voice now where she's talking real calm, into and yeah, we have to do the new voice now, man. The new soft. I'm
Oh, and
calm.
by the way, honey,
I'm beige.
there did you
I'm
in the comment, or did you in the searches happen to notice that there was a search for breast activities? As in,
we must. We
we
must.
must
We must
we must
increase our
increase our
butts.
bust.
We
We
know.
must
We
we
know.
must
We know
we
that
must
they will
increase our
grow.
bust. She's doing
Yeah.
kegels and must increase my bust
We
movements.
must. We must.
We must increase our bust.
We know. We know that they will grow. I really believed that too when I was like 12 years old. Yeah, I'm doing them. Did you do them? Yeah, I did mine.
Oh my God. All right. So this is the preview I gave you earlier. And this is one of the women who was out at the home. At least this first one is, and her name is Candace M. Rourke. And on June 15, 2015, while assisting with the missing persons investigation reference Claudinia Ann Blanchard and Gypsy Rose Blanchard, I was advised Claudinia had been located deceased inside her residence at 2103 West Volunteer Way, Springfield, Missouri. I was advised the initial observations led crime scene investigators to believe her death to be a homicide. I was later advised Gypsy had not been located and should be considered an endangered missing person. I was assigned to review Facebook postings made to the Facebook account of D. Gyp Blanchard and to attempt to make contact with persons that had most recently posted on the D. Gyp Blanchard Facebook page. I first spoke with Candace M. Rourke. Candace's Facebook page is named Killsworth Candy Rourke. And Candace said she has known Claudinia, also known to friends and family as D, and Gypsy Blanchard for approximately 7 years. So I'm sure she knew she wasn't 14 years old. I would think. But, Candace stated she is an employee at the store Hot Topic in the Battlefield Mall. That's interesting because that's down by where the Come and Go is and where Dan and Brian's house is. But hey, okay. In Springfield, Missouri.
Hey, doll parts. Saying hi to doll parts. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to say hi to some of the people over here on Instagram. Hi, Kayla, Karen, 5-Star Diamond, Betsy, CL, and GRB.
Hello from me
Truth
too.
Clips.
I can't see them, but hello from me too.
GRB Truth Clips, girl. I am so. We are doing it. All of us are doing it.
Yes, girl.
Telling you. All right.
Good luck.
She's known Gypsy for approximately 7 years. Candace stated she is an employee at the store Hot Topic, okay, in the Battlefield Mall in Springfield, Missouri, and Dee and Gyp would frequent the business. Candace said Dee and Gypsies were refugees from Louisiana. I'm sorry. And had moved to Missouri. Excuse me. I'm so very sorry. Following Hurricane Katrina. Candace said Dee had recently purchased a new vehicle and she believed it to be a Nissan Cube. Candace said prior to the new vehicle purchase, Dee had driven a blue minivan. Candace said Dee never spoke of family. She had never seen anyone with Dee or Gypsy during their visits to Hot Topic. Candace said Gypsy suffers from numerous medical conditions and cannot walk. She said both Dee and Gypsy are often dressed in pajamas when they visit Hot Topic, and Gypsy most often wears a medical mask on her face and a bonnet on her hat or her head. A bonnet on her hat or hat on her head. Candace said Gypsy wears the mask due to very severe illness. Candace describes Dee and Gypsy as good Christian people. Candace said she and her roller derby group were intending on doing a fundraiser for Gypsy and Dee, which she felt would assist them with Gypsy's medical bills. Candace said at this time, Dee and Gypsy receive assistance via an internet GoFundMe page. There's the information about that. Hold on, let me try and get down here without doxing everybody. Candace said, with regards to Dee and Gypsy missing, it was not unusual for them to be away from home for several days and or weeks due to Gypsy receiving medical treatments in Kansas City. I next spoke with Summer D. Hendrick. Summer said her husband, Michael, works at Hot Topic in the Battlefield Mall in Springfield, Missouri, and she said she is familiar with Dee and Gyp due to their frequent visits to Hot Topic. She said she has also seen Dee and Gyp at the Springfield 8 movie theater in Springfield, Missouri, due to fundraisers the theater put on for Dee and Gypsy. Summer said Gypsy is very ill, utilizes a wheelchair due to her inability to walk, and requires oxygen. Summer said Dee and Gyp are good Christian people, and she is extremely worried about them. Summer said she has never heard Dee or Gypsy speak about their family, and she has never seen anyone with them during their visits at Hot Topic or the fundraisers. Summer said the most recent posting on Facebook led her to believe Dee's Facebook account had been hacked, as Dee does not curse. So
Yeah, she wasn't a big, no, she didn't curse. You don't, and you won't see it in any of her messages or anything or any of the videos. She didn't swear.
right. So here's
Props
the
to her,
thing,
because man,
yeah, I can't.
having
I
a
can't
child like her and you didn't swear. Wow, no wonder she had holy water everywhere.
right? Be gone, demon. Be gone. Be gone, demon. Be gone.
Like, serious, good Lord. She's probably like,
Shame.
man, I can't take it.
Shame. Like, Cersei.
I can't take it anymore.
Okay, but I have a little bit this kind of okay. These are Hot Topic employees, all right? And I'm not saying that Hot Topic employees can't be Christians, okay? Not saying that. I'm not saying that Hot Topic employees can't know what that is, all right? By all means. But a lot of Hot Topic employees live alternative lifestyles and have alternative beliefs. They just do. That's who works there, okay? What is the chances of two different people that work at Hot Topic to describe them in the exact same way? Oh, we never see anybody with them, and they are good Christian people.
Yep.
That just hit me as odd.
Yeah.
Like, did you guys get together and decide that was what you were going to say? Like, I don't know.
One was male, one was female, different shifts. I don't know. It was weird.
It just was odd to me. What is Hot Topic? It's a novelty store, and it sells like band teas.
It's like 21 Forever, isn't it? Like that?
No, it's not. No, it's not like Forever 21.
Or Forever 21.
No, they sell like a lot of they sell like cosplay kind of dress up-y things.
Oh, yes.
And gothic, they sell a lot of gothic things. They have like many of the Disney stuff, like the lunch boxes and things like that. They sell there. It's kind of like a Spencer's Gift. Yeah, it's a shop for goth kids, basically.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
And so there's a lot of things that she would want there, but her mom was making her dress like a boy. So, I mean, I guess Hot Topic might be a good place to buy boy clothes. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so they were portraying themselves, though, as good Christian people. So much so that two Hot Topic employees felt it was necessary to include that in their assessment of what is going on in this murder. But so Gypsy is not new to playing these types of games and taking on these types of characters. Let's just say that, characters.
Yeah.
She's not new to this. And so let me see here. I need to go to the next one. I just want to preview it, make sure there's not going to be anything that gives out personal information in this one. Okay, now. All right. So including, let's see here. We've got, all right, let me add this to the stage. And this supplemental report is about a man named, come on, no, don't do that. Father Louis Hana at St. Agnes Catholic Church. And so on Thursday, June 25th, 2015, I made contact with Father Louis Hana at St. Agnes Catholic Church in Springfield, Missouri, in reference to Claudinia and Gypsy Blanchard attending Mass there. Father Lewis told me he has only been at the church since July of 2014, so just shy of a year. He told me Claudinia and Gypsy had been attending Mass at St. Agnes Catholic Church the entire time he has been there. He said they typically attend the 11:30 a.m. Mass. Father Lewis told me, Father Lewis said he didn't have many conversations with either Claudinia or Gypsy because he always stood at the door leading out of the cathedral, and they always exited through a side door due to Gypsy being in a wheelchair. Father Lewis told me he had never had a conversation with either of them about any medical issues Gypsy might have had. Father Lewis told me St. Agnes had helped pay utility bills for Claudinia and Gypsy on a couple different occasions, according to Sister Elizabeth Wheeler. Father Lewis had no other information about Claudinia or Gypsy.
So again, they were.
I'm sorry. I literally said crazy bread. I didn't say cheesy fucking bread. Oh my god. She's mad because we didn't get cheesy bread. We got cheesy bread instead of breadsticks.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So they seem to know them very well in the Catholic Church.
They did.
So, and I've seen videos of Gypsy also talking about, I think it's the one in part of the one we just watched of her, where she talks about God and wanting God and blah, 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 blah. So, and while this was all happening with her, religious and all this, all the things that they were doing, and she was still doing the performing on the side, which is exactly what she's doing now.
Exactly.
Except the performing is in the religion, and that's just
now a sanctimonious little asshole trying to pretend like she's now just found God again for the 90,000th time. And what is this? Her 19th baptism now?
Got like some addiction to being baptized too, you said.
Oh,
like,
and by the way, we talked to a person who goes to the church that she's claiming that she's going to, where she's going to start her youth group or her influential group or whatever. Guess what? She does not attend church there.
No.
They got many calls about it.
Mm-hmm.
And the pastor's wife didn't even know who she was. She had to ask her daughter.
Oh, wow.
So her daughter could show her who the fuck this is that's claiming to go.
Well, now, but wait a second. Does the other people, the ones that went in on Kesh and her live, remember her little churchy friends that were there with her? They went into Kesh's live. I'm curious. Do they go to that church or no?
I don't know.
Like, are they all BSing us,
I'm not even sure an exorcism would do it, guys. Like,
no.
I don't even know. Well, the lady that I was talking to does not like Gypsy, so I don't think she's lying for her or anything like that. And she's basically was like, nah, she doesn't attend this damn church. And she's trying to tell people that she attends this church. And the poor pastor's wife didn't even know who she was.
Do you know how many calls they're probably getting?
Oh, yeah.
All
of this asshole sitting up on Instagram doing what? Lying. Hey, creepy.
Every time she says something about somebody that's associated with her, they get hammered. Like, why do you keep doing this, Gyps? Like, just stop saying stuff like this, man.
Yeah, I think she went with Heather Sapp the one fucking time. Like, seriously.
Yeah, okay, the Sapp. Yes.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the same church, but yeah. Oh, Dee Dee didn't just have a cross above her bed and holy water at her door.
Girl, she was laying on a rosary.
Everywhere.
Girl, she was laying on the rosary.
Right. She slept with a rosary. She has a new church now with Ken. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Is it one they created?
Is it their cult? Is it
who can never show who she is,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
even though we see you for who you are.
All right. So here's the
But yeah, seriously, do you think it's something they created? Because she said, remember, in her little thing, that
Mhm.
maybe start a new group or start something for church. She puts
Yeah.
the on the end of church.
So here is Sister Agnes shows, or here's Sister Elizabeth Wheeler, and she's from the Catholic Church. And if you saw Father Lewis just a second ago, he referenced, they referenced this. So this is what she has to say. On Thursday, July 16th, 2015, I responded to St. Agnes Catholic Church, Springfield, Missouri, to interview Sister Elizabeth Wheeler in reference to Claudinia and Gypsy Blanchard attending Mass there. I made contact with Sister Elizabeth, and she told me she was introduced to Claudinia and Gypsy by a sister at Mercy Hospital. The sister at Mercy told Sister Elizabeth that Claudinia and Gypsy had moved to Springfield, Missouri from Louisiana after Hurricane Katrina. Sister Elizabeth told me she gave Claudinia and Gypsy a gift basket soon after she met them. Sister Elizabeth told me she remembers how grateful Claudinia was to receive the gift basket. Claudinia told Sister Elizabeth they would be able to pay their mortgage payment because of receiving the gift basket. Sister Elizabeth told me Claudinia said their house had been robbed twice. She said they had money and medication stolen during the robberies. You don't say. Sister Elizabeth told St. Agnes Catholic Church had paid Claudinia and Gypsy's utility bill twice recently due to their money being stolen. Claudinia told Sister Elizabeth that she suffers from what? PTSD. What could that possibly be from? Could that be from your demon child trying to kill you with a BB gun and a knife?
Yeah,
No?
you know.
Maybe. I'm just saying. She also told Sister Elizabeth that she and Gypsy went to Kansas City a lot for cancer treatments for Gypsy. Sister Elizabeth told me Claudinia and Gypsy were very believable with everything they told her.
Yeah. Again, I say it time and time again. Dee wasn't a saint. We all know that. But she seems to me like she was a very nice person who got shit on by a lot of people.
Yeah. And in her defense, the aspiration, the bone marrow aspiration that she's talking about would be considered another cancer treatment kind of checking to make sure that the cancer has not returned. This is another thing.
I mean, and she's saying how truly helpful it is. I mean, she's talking the same way to Rod. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's why I'm saying, like, the proof is what I'm seeing right now. We've only had what Geppetto has had to say. That's all we know. We don't know Dee Dee's side. Now that we can see things and how she actually talked and read these supplemental reports and how, these people actually spoke of her and thought of her, it just really does seem like she was, and even the neighborhood, David said in the interview, if she comes back and knows all this is going on, she'll probably cook food for everybody. You know what I mean? She just seemed like somebody that would just hug you. You know what I mean? Be like, come here and just hug you.
Let me cook you a meal. Like, I feel like if I had gone in her house, like she would have been like, you're too skinny. Let me cook you a meal.
Right.
You look like you're starved to death. Let me get you some jambalaya.
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel.
Well,
like,
I mean, what was it? Did you say 200 people
200
she cooked the jambalaya for?
200 volunteers that were coming to paint her
somebody.
house.
I mean, I can't even say I would do that right now. And not.
I don't even know how you have 200 volunteers paint a house, but
I couldn't physically do. I don't know if I could physically do that with how I feel today.
Yeah.
Right. And she wasn't feeling well. That's the whole thing. That's why I'm comparing it to that, because
she wasn't in a good, you know what I mean? You could tell the last couple years it was hitting her.
Yeah. Right. Everything they told her, not just Dee Dee. You're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right, Amy.
Yeah, right. Right.
I have a nun side. She's 40. She
Mhm.
is a virgin.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I do too. Except mine's been stuck at 29. I don't know.
No. Like, this is, I'm taking this as her saying that Gypsy has a nun side and she's 40, and that one, that nun side is a virgin. You know,
The
because
person she's
Damona's
doing
not,
now.
right. That's the new one. That's her newest one. Because Damona, you know, Damona was sexually active, but Gypsy was not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, girl, lady,
Right.
be so for fucking real.
But you know what I mean? It almost brings me back to the very beginning of the live when you showed what she said to Rod about her mother. Right?
Right.
And that really did, like, that, it brought tears to my eyes. That's the nicest thing I have ever heard her ever say. And then you see her now, like I said, once she knew she had that narrative to keep, and I don't care who you are, you would never make me speak ill of my mother the way that she speaks ill of her mother. Like,
No,
I
I
can't speak ill of anybody like that who has passed away, to be honest.
No.
You know what I mean? What does your little church think of that? What do they think about how you talk about your mother? I'm curious about that, because that's huge. That's still honor thy my father, especially in death. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Are you kidding me? You telling me the church is in agreement with this?
Right. Huh. And this is a little graphic that I came up with, and it's the two worlds of Gypsy.
I'm gonna
Rose
take the
Blanchard.
chat down. Hang on. Okay, go.
Yeah. It's the two worlds of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And on this side, we've got the good Christian girl from a loving home. And it's just, oh, it's Disney and Doctor Who.
Welcome,
and
Music Angel.
all of this. And then there's this side where this is her side with Nicholas and the men
I
that
live
she's
and breathe.
with. I live and breathe to serve my master. I mean, and she really is living almost like a double life. Like,
Yeah, I'm a good girl.
girl.
I
Oh,
didn't
I'm a
tell my
slut.
mama.
Oh, I'm a
my best
slut, but I'm a
friend.
your slut. I'm a slut, but I'm your slut.
I'm your
Like, just it really is.
I'm your slave. That's what she says. I'm your slave.
I'm your slave. You know, but she also calls herself a slut,
And a slut.
You know, and it's like, and I just think this is interesting. Like it really does. And you know, it's interesting. She says that my mama doesn't believe in a two-person.
Hey, we're not kink shaming. Let's put that out there. I am not kink shaming. Not at all. The point of this conversation is, look at the picture. She acts one way like this, and then she acts
another way like that.
And come on now.
And there's no void. There's no void. There's no like, okay, there's no in the middle here. Like, see, there's no, this crack goes right down the middle. There's no little bit inside here that's like in between these two cracks that's like, hey, in right there, there's like this. No. It's either polar this way.
The only thing missing is the Twilight. We need to get Twilight over there too.
Right.
Over on the pop culture fandom identity. We can't forget that.
Yeah.
You know.
It wasn't fraud.
Maybe we should put it in the middle,
it's
because
not
it's
tax
like,
fraud. And this is something we need to make sure we understand. It was not tax fraud what they were doing.
No.
She filled out a tax form every stinking year for him to be able to claim Gypsy because he made more money and would get the returns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I did it with my ex all the time.
And so he would then split the money with her, and that is all perfectly legal. I know that,
because you know what? Listen, Nancy, honestly, I was in the very same situation. I was on disability. I'm on Social Security disability, and my ex would get more back from claiming, you know, all of us and what have you, and we would split it. And there was nothing illegal about it as long as we both weren't doing it.
Right.
Only one parent can claim. You can't claim head of household, both of you, you know, no.
No, but one can claim head of household and one can claim the child.
Right.
And they can even get, one can get the earned income credit and one can get the child tax credit. Like there
Right.
is a way for them to do these things. And that's what they were doing. And they were basically giving him the right to be able to get the earned income credit and those different things and claim her as a disabled a disabled freaking child. And then he could claim all the medical expenses as well. I mean,
Right.
that's what they were doing. And then whatever money he got back from Gypsy and claiming Gypsy, he would send and split with Claudinia. And that sounds like a family that knows how to co-parent. That sounds like a family in all these messages I'm seeing. It looks like a family that was functioning properly,
communicating.
except
So I'm
for
not.
the demon child.
Yeah, I'm not understanding it. Even when it comes to the neighbors and other people that say Dee Dee says she hasn't talked to him.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's very confusing for me.
A dependent had to reside for 6 months of the year. I didn't know that. If he is so if he's not the if he was not the custodial parent or whatever, then that would have to be. But here's the thing: he was a custodial parent. He had joint custody with Dee Dee. They shared 50-50 custody. He just never enacted his rights to that. That's totally different. And because of the fact that he was paying the child support, the medical bills, all of those things, then he is able to claim that child on his income tax return. Especially because Dee Dee is disabled and she is disabled. It has to do with that.
So yeah, so over the age, he can still claim.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I could claim my children until they're 24. You just don't get your earned income credit anymore. And if Emily, if they're still in my house and I'm still paying their bills, you can even go further than that as just them being your regular dependent. Right. Especially if they're disabled. Like if when my mother moved in with me, I could claim my mother as a dependent that I gave care to. And we would get a return for that because we were caring for my mother. So there's lots of different things with taxes, but I just think it's interesting. Here she is. She's like, do you want to split the taxes? Hey, by the way, they paid me too much money. Should I send that back to you? What do you want to do with it? I mean,
it's pretty honest. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Pretty honest when it comes to money like that, whatever, but she's lying to the doctors and stuff.
Right.
Make that make sense.
Right. But no, she literally, okay, I understand, Lulu, but she did go and get a paper every year from her tax place to send down there for him. It was legal. It was absolutely legal. They did not commit fraud.
No.
A specific form she can fill out. I'm sure you know what that form is. Anyway, It was legal. She did it. That was the way it was done. It wasn't fraud. So, I mean, I think that's pretty much it for tonight. Thoughts and feelings.
That was a great live. Lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff.
I thought so.
Lots of good conversation. I love the chat.
I do too. And I'm thankful for all of you over here over on Instagram too that have
I can't see Instagram, but
it's okay. There's not a whole lot of activity them yet, too. We're getting there. I appreciate you guys tuning in over here and helping us build this community on Instagram as well. Thank you all for tuning in over here on YouTube. I believe we're going to do a special live over here on Friday. I'm hoping that's when I can get together. And her name is Bay Roach, and she is one of our followers over on TikTok. Yes. And she actually received a wish from Make-A-Wish to Disney, just like Gypsy, and it was around the exact same time that Gypsy
and lived around the same area,
but not at the same time because Gypsy would have been in Louisiana still.
Oh,
okay. But this young lady is from Missouri and lived in the same area.
That's crazy though. You know what I mean? It is just but yeah, she went around. It was the same year, wasn't it?
I think it was either the same year or the year before. I have to figure out
what year. It was very close. So she has all the info on all the protocol, what they need, what you have to prove in
I
order
sure
to do.
song.
Yeah.
So yeah, she does. And so she's gonna be
And
joining us.
she has
We'll
a
have a
great
special live with her. I'm hoping I might be able to get to the other one who actually worked for both Make-A-Wish and Disney at the Make-A-Wish Village. And she might be able to join us as well. I'm gonna reach out to her and see if she'll join on the same day so we can do them both at the same time. But I'm really excited about this and bringing you this information, guys, and letting you hear that side of it and what goes on when you're in the village, and
she's a sweetheart.
how was Gypsy able to convince people she was on Make-A-Wish trips over and over and over again. And it's very interesting, and she has a lot to share.
We'll
so
talk about it, Bad Angel.
What'd you say?
I told Bad Angel that we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we should go live from TikTok in a day or two. Yeah, of course. I probably will go live there tomorrow night or whatever. I generally do them later in the evening, or if I feel like it during the day, I'll just hit live and just start chatting over there. It's very different over there.
That's when it's hard for me to do. When you just do the random lives, it's hard for me to join them sometimes. So but I'll be there whenever I can.
Bluebird, I believe she did have cancer. Yes, I believe that it was a rare form of leukemia caused by her microdeletion, because it's a rare form of anemia that causes this type of blood disorder. It's acute lymphoblastic leukemia. It is one of the most common of all childhood leukemias, and it is the most treatable. But hers is caused by a specific problem associated with anemia and her 1Q to 1.1. So yes, I think so. At least I believe there's enough evidence to prove that yes, especially if we can find this document from 2013 that I'm going to look for Audrey, because it's very telling. I do know that her platelets were off many times, so I think she did have problems ongoing with it, and she just lies about it. I think she just lies about everything. I mean, if her mouth is moving, Gypsy's a lion.
Yep,
that's it.
100%.
Wonderful, Demi Brat. I'm so glad that for that. We Gen Xers, we got to do it. We got to be out here pushing this narrative.
And we are, dude. I'm telling you what.
Aren't getting it. They're new. They're little ones. The younger generation isn't understanding this, and but
they're coming around. They're interested now because more people are seeing these videos, and people are like, "Whoa, what? Who is this? What's going on here?"
And I think it's most imperative that the young adult community is the community that we inform, because this is the community she's trying to influence.
That she's influencing, right?
Young teens, young adults. And I think we really need to get this out there. That's why I'm so glad there are some younger people reporting on this now, because that's the most important, is making awareness for parents and teens that she is not to be idolized, that she is not someone that they should be influenced by, and that they should not put her on some pedestal and think that Gypsy is a hero because she escaped, severe abuse. Well, if you were abused, sweetheart, it wasn't by Dee Dee.
No.
Okay. No. I believe you were abused. I do believe you were abused. I just don't believe you were abused by your mama. I think it was those men that you liked so much because you had serious obsession with your daddy and
exactly,
Amy. There are abused children serving life sentences all over the country. That is true, Amy.
Yep.
I appreciate that. So thank you guys for tuning in and joining us tonight. Please make sure that you follow us over on the goodwivesnetwork.com. You can buy our autographed books over there. You can get merch. You can read our blog posts. We've been blogging for a long time, and you guys finally discovered the blog the other day over on Reddit, and I'm thankful that you did, because I wrote a whole piece about the 1Q to 1.1. I've written many pieces over there. Mac's written pieces over there. You'll even get Christina and Colleen from back in the day. So you can find out so much about us over on that. Follow us on all social medias at the Good Wives Net. On TikTok, it's Good Wives Net too. But thanks for tuning in and serving true and dishing true crime.
And don't forget to sub to me on my YouTube
That's
channel.
right. Oh, what is your channel name, Mac? Shout out your channel name real quick.
It should be isn't it my screen name?
Let's see. At Mac-YVM.
Your voice matters.
Yeah, your voice matters. So it's youtube.com at Mac-YVM. Your voice matters. Make sure you go over, click and share and love her. She's got some good videos here. She's really doing a good job, and I'm really proud of her.
And you know what? In TikTok, I think I'm just Mac over there.
Yeah. No, you're A Mackie 88.
88.
Yep, A Mackie 88.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, thank you for subbing. Thank you for subbing. And just thank you all for being here tonight. Just
love our group.
I do. I love our
I
group.
really do. We have really good chat.
And if you guys have suggestions for emojis and stickers, please let us know, because we are going to be creating emojis, custom emojis for our members. So if you want those, you got to come and come up with some things that you want to see, guys. So anyway, have a good one from the Good Wives, serving up true crime
one dish at a time.
Bye, guys. Mwah. Hold on. Trying to get over here.
I don't do
here.